After seeing the forecast calling for 2 feet of snow in Lake Tahoe, and because hotel rooms are cheaper than normal since it's early season, I decided to brave the storm and drive from San Francisco to Lake Tahoe for the weekend. You guys okay? Oh. We started getting ready to leave the city at 6 a.m. in the morning. We made a quick fuel stop before heading into the storm. It started raining really hard at the base of the mountain, and chain control was set up before the rain turned to snow as we climbed higher. And shortly after, we finally saw snow. After 4 hours of driving, it's finally time to go skiing. The resort lift is accessible on skis from the hotel, which is super convenient. First chair of the year. Woo! The lift is an older, slower 3-person chair that hangs pretty high off the ground in some parts, but the views are unbelievable. We take a left at the top of the chair and head towards the main part of the mountain. I picked a steeper mogul run to go down, which probably wasn't the smartest idea for the first run of the season. And then we took the funitel up to the upper mountain. A funitel is different from a gondola because it hangs from 2 cables instead of 1. And this is the only funitel in the US. After getting off at the Funi, we take the Gold Coast Express to go to Shirley Lake,
that's here. We can try this one first.
which contains some wide open runs to warm up for the day. We then decided to go to Granite Chief for some steeper terrain, and the snow was super soft and nice there. But because it's early season, there are some uncovered rocks.
There's a rock! There's a rock here.
And I helped out a guy who lost his skis.
You guys okay?
Yeah, I just fell.
After a couple runs, it was time to eat lunch. I made a prosciutto sandwich the day before and I packed it in my backpack. And after eating, we decided to take the Funi down to the base and started heading back to the resort. The snow was coming down pretty hard at this point. I think I'm done skiing for day 1. It is really, really cold and the snow is coming down pretty hard. I'll take it easy for the first day of the season. Quick room tour of the resort. We were lucky enough to be upgraded to a suite. The bedroom was nice and spacious. The bathroom had 2 doors that connected to both the bedroom and the living room. The view was amazing as it was facing the mountain. It had a gas fireplace in the living room, which is super nice after being wet and cold. It came with 2 very nice spa robes. It had a small but fully functional kitchen with a dishwasher that I forgot to film. It came with a full set of cookware, microwave, and plates. It's now time to go to sleep and get ready for another day of skiing. There's a crazy snowstorm outside, so I'm super excited for the powder day. They closed a bunch of the upper mountain lifts, but the good news is the lift that's right next to the resort is open, so we can still get to the top of the mountain. But before we do that, it's time to fill up at the breakfast buffet. The options were really good and diverse.
Is that new?
And there were a made-to-order omelet bar, and that's what I got. It's now time to head out to the lift. I had to walk to the lift today because it's not skiable from the ski valet. And as usual, I went up the resort chair, but the snow today is coming down even harder. The snow conditions were better than yesterday. It's much softer with all the new snow. And I found a nice patch of less tracked out snow. I then fell into a giant hole on my way down to the mountain.
I know, I didn't see it too, bro. That shit wrecked all of us.
There's a giant hole here.
Kevin, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Stop. Do you see that giant hole?
Yeah, I was about like a half a second from going straight into that giant hole.
Yeah, that's why I told you to stop. And then I fell into a giant hole again. Oh. After seeing the huge line of the lift, we decided to take the shuttle to the main base, which turned out to be not any better. Because the winds were 100 miles per hour at the top of the mountain, only a couple of the lifts were open and every lift was crowded. The snow made it worth it though. At around 3 o'clock, we decided to call it a day. I decided to take shelter at one of the resort shops and eat a pizza. Reheated frozen pizza never tasted so good. I then went to the outdoor spot of the resort, and there's something so magical about sitting in a hot tub in a snowstorm. We had a prepaid dinner reservation in town that was 20 minutes away, so it's time to dig out my friend's car and drive into town. Not sure that this was the best idea to drive into town this night, but we didn't want to lose $20 per person.
Hold on.
After some digging and pushing, we're finally on our way to dinner. We went to the Great Golden Truckee, which is an Italian restaurant, and had more pizza. We then went to Safeway to pick up some snacks and lunch for the next day. I took a look at my car, which was under solid 2 feet of snow. We then headed back to the resort. Time to go to sleep. I woke up to a beautiful Bluebird day, and as usual, it's time to get breakfast first. The view out of the restaurant today was insane. We hit up resort chair to get to the main base. Kevin, wait.
So, can you see what you're recording? Just been looking at it.
No.
Oh, it's so beautiful!
So good. You see the lake.
Hey guys, we should all take a selfie in front of the lake right now.
There were so many people on the run, I was dodging people left and right.
Just buy a headlamp and take the batteries out of it.
And the lines were huge, and it was a 20-minute wait to get on the Funitail. When we finally got on top, the upper mountain views made it all worth it. It was full inside the lodge, so we decided to eat outside. This was the sandwich I got from Safeway last night. We skied until the very last chair at 4 o'clock.
You can see the bottom of Shirley from here, so it's totally fine.
There was crazy traffic going back to San Francisco. I stopped at the first In-N-Out for dinner. In the end, a normally 3-hour drive turned to 6 hours. We drove across the Bay Bridge at 11 o'clock at night, but it was all worth it for the snow.